Mr. Depp, this is a text message exchange that you had with Paul Bettany on June 11th, 2013, correct?
Yes, correct.
Your Honor, permission to move for admission of redacted Defendants Exhibit 178 and permission to publish, please.
We based off of Your Honor's ruling.
All right.
That's fine.
178 with redactions.
Michelle, could you please blow up the first text at the top? In this text, Mr. Depp, you text Mr. Bettany, "Let's burn Amber," 3 exclamation points, right? You see that?
I do see that.
And at this time, June 11th, 2013, Amber is your girlfriend or perhaps even your fiance at this point, correct?
Girlfriend,
Yep.
for sure.
And you didn't stop when you said, "Let's burn Amber." Because the next text down, you can move down and blow up the next text, please, Michelle. You say, "Let's drown her before we burn her," 3 exclamation points. Did I read that right?
Yes, it's referring to the
and
text prior to.
You didn't
from Mr.
stop when you
Bettany.
said, "Let's drown her before we burn her." After that, you made another comment, and I'd like to apologize to the court and to the jury for some of the language that I'm going to have to use today, but unfortunately, you're going to see a lot of documents with language like this. After you said, "Let's drown her before we burn her," Mr. Depp, you said, "I will fuck her burnt corpse afterwards to make sure she is dead." That's what you said that you would do after you burned her and after you drowned her. Did I read that right?
You certainly did, yes.
And you wrote that about the woman who would later become your wife.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Can you pull up Exhibit 245, please? Your Honor, there's been no objection to this exhibit, and so I'd move for its admission and ask for permission to publish to the jury.
Give them a moment to.
Your Honor, we have no objection to the portions that have Mr. Depp's text messages, but at the bottom portion, there is some from his daughter that we would ask be redacted.
Okay, the last 2.
And Your Honor, that's okay, but there was no objection to this on the exhibit list.
But they don't appear to be relevant, which.
That's fine. We're happy to redact those.
So 245 in evidence with the redactions.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Depp, the top text message, we're going to focus on a couple of these, but the top text message is a text from you to Paul Bettany on May 30th, 2014, correct? Might need to scroll over, Michelle.
May 30th, 2014, yes.
And you recall that you testified yesterday about the flight that you took from Boston to Los Angeles on May 24th, 2014, right?
Yes.
You remember that? Okay.
Yes, I did.
And you testified yesterday that you didn't have any drinks before that flight, or maybe you had a glass of champagne or something. Remember giving that testimony?
Yes, I believe I said I had a glass of champagne on the plane.
Right. So in this text, if you could blow up, Michelle, please, that top text. On May 30th, 2014, you texted Mr. Bettany, just a little bit smaller. You texted Mr. Bettany, "I'm going to properly stop the booze thing, darling. Drank all night before I picked Amber up to fly to LA this past Sunday." Ugly, mate. No food for days. Powders. Half a bottle of whiskey. 1,000 Red Bull and vodkas. Pills. 2 bottles of champers on plane. And what do you get? An angry aggro engine in a fucking blackout, screaming obscenities and insulting any fuck who got near. I'm done. I'm admittedly too fucked in the head to spray my rage at the one I love. Read that again. I'm admittedly too fucked in the head to spray my rage at the one I love. For little reason as well. I'm too old to be that guy, but pills are fine. Did I read that right?
Yes, you did.
And when you said pills are fine, this was when you were just starting treatment with Dr. Kipper to try to get off of the pills that you testified about yesterday, right?
This is when I was still on the roxicodone. It was before the detox on the island, yes.
Right, and you testified that when you were in Boston filming Black Mass, which you flew from Boston to LA, that you had just retained Dr. Kipper to help you try to combat that pill problem, right?
Yes.
Could you go 2 texts down, please, Michelle? And this is a text that you sent on June 8th, 2014, just scroll over, to Patty Smith. You see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And in this text, I won't read all of it, but you say this. I'm going to just read the first paragraph. My darling Patty Lee, I miss you and worship you, and there is nothing wrong between us. Never, ever could that happen. I've just been so beyond busy with film here in Boston and then back to LA for kiddies. When I was in NYC, they were brief visits and fucked and charged by horrific fights with Amber. I fucked up and drank and got shitty. Was so disappointed in myself. Actually, almost walked to your place at about 3:30 a.m. the last time I was there, unable to stop tears. Did I read that right?
You did.
Michelle, can you please take that down and let's pull up Exhibit 325, please. Mr. Depp, is this a text message exchange that you had with Miss Heard on December 18th, 2014?
I see that.
Your Honor, I would move for admission of this exhibit and ask for permission to publish.
All right, any objection?
May I have a look at the...
Of course.
You can look at the
Your
file.
Honor, may we approach real quick?
Okay, sure.
And Michelle, if you could just scroll down so the court and Mr. Depp's counsel and Mr. Depp can see it all. that all of it?
Sorry, Your Honor, we have no objection with to the unredacted version.
Okay, so this version that
Okay.
I'm seeing right now, correct? Just make sure.
Yes.
Okay, all right, 325 and evidence. Hold on.
Excuse me, sorry, I just want to make clear, we haven't seen the other pages, but this page we have no objection
Is
to.
this the only page?
I believe this is the only page to the document, Your Honor, right?
325 is only one page?
Just one page.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
No redaction. Other than identify. Yes, you can see this.
And Michelle, if you can blow up the large text at the top of the page. Mr. Depp, on December 18th, 2014, you sent this text to Ms. Heard, and I'm going to read it. And it says, "It's away. I've let it go. Went too far. We/I tend to do that. I always regret it when I jump, or worse, when you jump. I don't want to be conditioned to continue that behavior. Therefore, I'll put in heavy work with Shrank. I'm sorry for being less, for your disappointment in me, for my behavior. I'm a fucking savage. Gotta lose that. Gonna lose that. The devil is all around, right? I wish I were able to bring even just a glimmer of a smile to the pretty face of my most gorgeous of dreams and darkest nightmares. I love you far too much for you and I to be these heinous, slinging insults like we do/did. It is not anything that I am particularly proud of to have participated in, and I regret giving it life. Because, motherfucker, how when we fight, little girl, how do we end up on the very edge of the precipice? And why? Wish I knew. Goddamn. And know that you are right. I am well aware that I should have been bigger than the moment. And that it will never again manifest in negative experiences. It can be done. What a killer concept to visualize. Wish you were in this lunatic's proximity. Be careful out there. I adore you." Did I read that right?
You did.
You can take that down, Michelle. If you could please pull up Exhibit 153. And Your Honor, we have a redacted version of this, but we'll put up the fully unredacted right now.
All right, just give counsel a moment to review.
Of course.
Your Honor, this has phone numbers in it, so.
I know.
it should be
Yeah, I know.
published.
Just-
Understood.
Just so you can see it first.
Okay.
Okay, could I have the photo? You don't take pictures? Okay, I'm just making sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Depp, I'd like to turn your attention to the top 3 text messages on this page. These are text messages that you sent on January 17th, 2013. See that?
I'm sorry, I'm just reading the page.
Right. And the way these text messages are produced, sometimes there's big date skips and they're kind of jumbled in. So they're not all on the same chain.
No,
So
no, of course.
what I'm asking you about is just the top 3.
Certainly.
And those are texts that you wrote on January 17th, 2013, correct?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, permission to publish just those top 3 texts with identifiers and the others redacted, and move for admission of that redacted exhibit.
As long as it's not this version, that's fine. The version
We'll put up on the screen what I propose to admit as an
Let me
exhibit.
see what you're going to put up on the screen
Okay.
first.
We have no objection to
All
this
right,
version, Your
All
Honor.
right, we'll have it as redacted.
Michelle, can you blow up the text boxes, please? On January 17th, 2013, Mr. Depp, you texted the following. For the idiot cow, 3 exclamation points. Next text. Will do. I'll smack the ugly cunt around before I let her in. Don't worry. And apologies again to the court and the jury for this language. And then you close by saying, did that worthless hooker arrive? Did I read that right?
You did, sir.
You can take that down, please.